Hello guys, this is KTB Vlogs or TVZ Production here as I'm back doing a vlog video on my vlog channel here. As today I'm doing one last book for the Halloween season, of course, as this is Halloween now. And of course, for this video I'm actually going to be doing my very first book review on this series, of course, since I never did a book review on at all of this series. But I do have great memories of remembering some stories from this book series, of course. As you see by the title, we'll be doing a Fear Street book review, of course, since the last video was a Goosebump video of Beware Snowman. And of course, the previous one, How to Kill a Monster, and of course, Stay Out of the Basement, and The Girl Who Cried Monster. So now we're doing my very first book review for Fear Street. And this one is going to be on All Night Party. As I believe this one was um, I believe like this is probably like 40 something in the series. It's like in the 40s. This original Fear Street book series. So I have to say it's probably like in the 40s. But it's actually because after the original series, there was a series called Super Chillers, which would continue the Fear Street book series after that and everything. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little history of how I discovered Fear Street in some cases, since you guys know the history of how I discovered Goosebumps. So this kind of an introduction of how I know Fear Street. So of course, in fifth grade, of course, as I was reading Goosebump books, of course, and my teacher actually did not really wanted me to kind of like there was certain authors I would go and read sometimes, and of course R.L. Stein did become my favorite author because of Goosebumps. But as at that time, I did not know he did other books or other book series besides the ones that was out at the time. Of course, the mostly Ghostly, The Rotten School, and of course, I never knew nothing about the Nightmare Room, which is kind of surprising to me. Never seen no books of that at all. So to me, those were like, rare. And of course, never knew he had a series before Goosebumps, which is surprisingly, Fear Street. So I know he as I kind of started to discover more of his books and everything, like standalone books. Of course, like the Babysitter series, is you know just like I said, um, the Hitchhiker, the Dead Girlfriend, uh, Blind Date, the Beast. So anyway, like I said, like standalone books that I never, you know, I seen, but I never got a chance to read them at all. I seen them, but I never got a chance to. But of course, as Fear Street, I did kind of read some of the original books, but not all of them. I only read them like once in my lifetime. So of course, as this is the one I had got, of course, and I actually found this one at a thrift store. As you kind of see, it still has a little thrift store sticker on it. And I found this for $1, surprisingly. So it kind of makes sense. Like, but as I realized, this book is not $1, and if you find it online, of course, it's almost 20, $30 for this book, which is surprising to me. Cause I was like I searched the Fear Street books on eBay. Oh my god, one book. I mean, I'm not talking about like 50 or 4 or 5 or 10 books. Not one. I mean one. $30 for this for one of these books. But like, if it's like I guess because of the original, like like this like art, right? The original style, like when it first came out, makes sense. This will be rare. But of course, like if there was like a re-release copy of this book, then it makes sense that it would be like lesser than the original version. So it's kind of makes sense, like how I kind of learn right now of me being an author for my book series, An Evil Thing. So right now the books are in 6x9 style. So like, if I like I said, I plan on doing a re-release of the first book in a 5x8 size, which would make sense of if I'm re-releasing the book again. But yeah, like it makes sense that this one is the original book. This is not no new copy or re-release. This the original book. So yeah, so like the ones I read from the series I do remember reading. I read The Sleepwalker. Um and I think I read uh the Halloween part. I think Halloween Party, and I think Missing. It's Missing, and Overnight, and One Evil Summer. The Mind Reader, and I think that was it. I think those were all the ones I read, and I did read some of the origin ones, like the Cheerleader trilogy and the um like like the origin of the Fear Street story, because yeah, I think I remember a lot of those. So that's how I kind of learned the history of this, the why it's called Fear Street or whatever like that, and all that. So that's why I kind of like about learning the series and everything. And I will try to do more reviews on those books. Definitely would love to go back to those stories and read them again. So of course, let's begin the review on All Night Party. It follows a girl named Gretchen Davis. Kind of surprising we talked about there was a character named Gretchen, of course, and How to Kill a Monster. So it's kind of giving me that remembrance of that surprisingly name. And she has friends doing a party celebration for one of their friends named Cindy, and it was going to be her birthday. And of course, it's kind of like they decided to rent out a cabin that was in Fear Street. Of course, they want to go to the place, the cabin in the Fear Street area, and of course, do a party for their friend. Surprisingly, of course, the characters, and try to remember their names. Of course, there was one name, I think Gil, Hannah, Jackson, and Patrick, and of course Gretchen and Cindy. And they basically are having a party, trying to of course try to get do something for their friend. And of course, surprisingly, you know, in these books, what I like about this mystery and suspense is always a murder every time. And it's always like this in these stories. And R.L. Stein said himself, he like when he, of course, kills a character in the book or so. Like it's like I said, that's what I kind of like about his style. Of course, I like that mystery and suspense tone, which is nice. And the character that gets killed in the story is Cindy. She's the one that gets killed in the story, and yeah, and it's badly on your birthday. So of course, as the kids are kind of the other teenagers, of course, are kind of like, like who did this? Like who killed her? Who killed her? Like like they basically are trying to figure out like who is the killer here. Like, cause you kind of like you be thinking like, is it one of them? Like I mean, like this whole book, it just kept me guessing every time. I was like, did that guy do it? Like, or did she do it? I mean, like like I mean, like it just keep you guessing, and that's what I like about this story a lot. It was surprisingly, I was like, wow, this actually was a good one. Like some people like they will try to like. There are some people that will try to bash on any of these stories and like, the story is not, it's not that great. Like, it's not that great. Like, but as I live, is like these stories are great to read. I mean, they're simple. I mean, like as I remember how long it was. I think it was 130 pages. If I'm correct. 100 and 147 pages, which, to be honest, that's actually a good length for a book. I mean, completely. I mean, when I actually was kind of happy when I was reaching like a number length in my books, I was like surprised. Like, imagine I had a story that was like 150 pages or 100, 90 or 200. Like, I'm good. And that's why I kind of see this as well. Like, my, it keeps me guessing. Like, I didn't uh like stop and read and bookmark this part in the book and just wait tomorrow to read it. No, I sat through the whole time reading the book again. It was kind of kind of a great experience again, and it was actually a good one to read. Of course, the one I actually want to read again, of course, is One Evil Summer, because I really want to remember that story, of course, especially because the cover always gets me the think the I think the villain in the story was kind of like a witch in some ways. I think, and she basically had this the main character go through made her go psycho. So it's surprisingly, I want to see how that one would be again once I once I have it again. I'm definitely gonna try to get some more Fear Street books. Besides, this is the only one I actually have. And right now, I do have the other one that comes with 4 or 5 stories in one big book. And I think it was, I think it had the first book. I think it had the New Girl. Is it the Surprise Party Overnight Missing? I believe. I'm trying to remember all the ones that was in there. But as it was like it's on my shelf. I can't get to it right now. But that's why I kind of decided to start with one that got close to me. So it's kind of nice going back to this one because as I got great memory now of remembering the story when I read it the other day, and it was kind of surprising like how great this story still was. And I definitely, I actually like how Gretchen's character was like she trying to figure out who killed Cindy, like who did this? Like, I mean, like it was kind of a good read to follow. I did like her character a lot, and of course, it was kind of like we were thinking that it's the person that she is close with, because I think I don't know, was it? I think it was Gil that liked her. I think it was Gil, and I thought it was the other guy that liked her too. But it was. I think it was. I thought Patrick liked Gretchen and Gil liked Gretchen. So I was kind of like it was like in between. So like I said, I don't. So, but but of course, actually, it has something to do with whoever the character that did it in this story to Cindy is probably the one that done it. So of course, like I said, this story great to read. Especially, I actually recommend you guys to read All Night Party. So it was a good one to go back to. Of course, surprisingly, I never thought this story was so holds up at all, and it was kind of a good experience of getting into back to Fear Street, because one of the series I never really kind of stayed clicked into. But of course, as I kind of got older and I wanted to explore his other books, that's what I kind of like about that. It's not always Goosebumps that I love R.L. Stein because of Goosebumps. Like, no. Go to his other book series like Fear Street, his standalone books, and it's a great time. I mean, it's kind of surprising, as of course, as those same people, they will actually just kind of like as right now currently, they did. We had got the Fear Street trilogy, of course. There was just a a compilation of different stories from the series, kind of like, oh, remember that's part of that story, or that's part of this part of that story, and it kind of did the same thing for that. And of course, they kind of got mad when they did Prom Queen, which was based on one of his books in the original series, Prom Queen, and say that movie was horrible. It was so bad. Like I mean, completely. Like it was just so ridiculous. Like I actually, it was kind of cool seeing one of his books becoming a movie. I mean, like that's actually interesting. I mean, like, now I'm just thinking of this. Imagine this one. Imagine this one being a book, and that as a movie. That would be surprising too. It would be kind of a good, like, I say, hmm, hour long movie. Like it could be more in there. Like maybe there's some extra characters that can be in this. Besides, there were a group of characters in this story, but as I kind of see it being more like fleshed out or so, we don't really know like how can this story be a fully linked book. But for Prom Queen, we actually kind of stayed faithful to what the story was in some cases. As I don't remember reading that one at all. I don't think I ever read Prom Queen at all. I don't think I did. But as I saw it becoming a movie, that was pretty cool. So can't bash on something that was trying to represent the book. So like I said, guys, what you guys think of All Night Party? And as of, I will definitely will continue the Fear Street reviews once I start getting more Fear Street books. Of course, like I said, these are rare books, completely, and I had to try get some for a good price. Besides, like I said, I'm not lying. One book, $30. So in some cases, yeah, they be like, yeah, that's a good price. No. Like it was like 2 or 3 or 4 books, and yeah, not one, not just one. No. But like I said, for this one, I actually liked the story a lot, and it was great to go back to, and definitely would try to do reviews on other books, of course. Especially if I, since I do have one of the ones that come with 5 stories inside the book, so that's kind of would be a good thing to do. So, especially I guess I would try to read the very first book, New Girl, and see how that story was, and then of course go along the way. The one I'm actually want to get back to, like I said earlier, is actually One Evil Summer. I definitely want to read Sleepwalker again, and get Halloween Party. One I'm actually kind of wanting to read too is I think it's Ski Weekend, and Ski Weekend, and I believe Sunburn. I think it's Sunburn. I think that's the one. So of course, yeah, that's what I hope for to do in the future, of course, book reviews. What you guys think of All Night Party? And of course, that kind of concludes my Halloween season. Of course, since I upload this video on Halloween, and definitely will stay tuned for more book reviews, especially from Fear Street, and of course from Goosebumps. And I will continue that next year and do some more reviews, especially for the Halloween season. So that's why I actually hope for. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned for more videos. And of course, um, check out my videos on TBZ Production, my podcast, an Evil Theme podcast that I'm actually doing. And of course, definitely have a lot of good things coming to this channel, and of course, my main channel. So, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys next time, and peace.